America is becoming more and more politically divided every day. But I found an answer to this division right here in the heart of... Wait, where the hell are we again? Deep in eastern Oregon, one patriot has come up with an ingenious plan to fix his state's political gridlock.
My name is Mike McCarter. I'm the president of Move Oregon's Border, Citizens for Greater Idaho.
Okay, so what is Move Oregon's Border?
We want to adjust the border, taking eastern Oregon and shifting to Idaho to help maintain the conservative values that Idaho has over there.
You're like the first guy I've ever met who wants to go to Idaho.
For decades, Oregon has been a blue state, with most of its population concentrated around Portland in the northwest. But the conservative eastern counties of Oregon are sick of this liberal woke barista bullshit, and they're ready to G.T.F.O.O. Get the out of Oregon and become part of Greater Idaho. There was just one thing that didn't make sense to me.
Okay, this might sound crazy, but why don't you just move to Idaho?
By moving the border, we're changing who governs us without having to pull up our stakes.
You want the Idaho without having to be in Idaho.
Absolutely.
It's ingenious.
I want a better government over me.
But yet not have to live in Idaho.
No, not have to live in Idaho, not have to move. I can stay where I live right now.
Exactly, where it's great.
Yes.
And it's not Idaho.
Right.
And as crazy as this idea might sound, this movement has momentum. 9 Oregon counties have already passed ballot measures to explore joining Idaho, with 2 more voting in November. So what exactly do these people hate about their neighbors in the Northwest? It's pretty much the same stuff all Fox News viewers hate about whatever city they live next to.
I grew up around Portland. You used to be able to walk the streets and stuff. Now you get shot.
Racial riots, just a reason to riot. Break in, free TVs,
They voted in for the more marijuana plants. Now they're going to put in the mushroom plants.
I hear you, but Idaho?
It's not moving to Idaho.
Yeah,
it's bringing the border over.
No, of course. Like, you don't want to move to Idaho. That would be crazy. You want to bring Idaho.
Yes.
These cultural differences are tearing Oregon apart, but not everyone thinks divorce is the answer. Constitutional law scholar Norman Williams.
This is not going to happen. Moving a state border even 5 or 10 yards is tremendously difficult. South Carolina and North Carolina did this just in 2017.
Okay, well, it's been done before. Just do it more.
If you look at the statutes that both states had to do to just deal with 19 homes being moved, you move the Oregon-Idaho border by 300, 400 miles. The complexity of that is just overwhelming.
Man, you would have been such a bummer on the Oregon Trail. You would have been the guy who's like, what about typhoid? What about diphtheria? What about the cost of oxen? Cock the wagon or get the out. Turns out there's a ton of obstacles on the trail out of Oregon. Liabilities, state debt, pension obligations, and a long list of incompatible laws, especially recreational marijuana, legal in Oregon, not in Idaho. But luckily, Mike has those answers.
I don't have those answers. And I shouldn't answer those questions because I'm not in the decision process.
You're just the ideas guy. It's like walking into your house and going, hey, let's get a divorce.
Or let's sit down and talk about it. Let's put it into the legislators' hands because they're the decision makers.
So leave it to these politicians, the same politicians you want to secede from. Just let those guys handle this.
Yeah.
But will this idea even make it to the State House? Nitpicky Norman says, no way.
The people aren't going to vote for it once they know the costs.
What cost?
Idaho's going to have to pay Oregon for the value of all the land and buildings that the state of Oregon owns in eastern Oregon.
I've been there. It looks virtually worthless.
A very conservative estimate of the cost would be somewhere between $10 and $15 billion.
Oh, what, you think Idaho's not good for it? Do you know how many potatoes these guys sell? A lot. Still, he had a point. Eastern Oregon wasn't just trying to divorce Portland, they also wanted to marry Idaho. Was Idaho ready for that level of commitment? I headed for downtown, Idaho to find out.
I think they're welcome. I don't see why not. I mean, Eastern Oregon is pretty much just like Idaho anyway.
Welcome with open arms.
Yeah.
Just wait until they hear about the price tag. How much would you personally pay for Eastern Oregon to join Idaho?
Well, I wouldn't want to pay anything.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, Idaho would have to buy Oregon state assets to move it over. It's not just as simple as, you know.
Yeah, oh, I don't know, 10 million?
Probably gonna be closer to 10 billion.
Then that's a hard no.
This is what Idaho will get. A seaport, maybe. 800,000 angry, gun-toting conservatives.
Sweet.
And a ton of empty, desolate land.
I mean, Idaho's already got however many angry, gun-owning, truck-driving people, so I think we're about capped on that.
Would you guys be okay with having to drive an extra 6 hours for legal weed?
Ooh, yeah.
Sorry, I said 6 hours, but really it's 6 hours there and then 6 hours back. So that's a 12-hour trip.
Yeah. No, that doesn't sound good.
I mean, at that point, you might as well drive to Mexico and get some fresh cocaine.
Even if you paid us, we wouldn't let you come in.
Even if Eastern Oregon paid you to join Idaho, you'd be like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're telling Eastern Oregonians to off and not tell us what to do.
Yes.
With a heavy heart, I drove the 6 hours back to Mike to give him the bad news.
Okay, look, so Idaho said no. But let me just pitch you some other states here to join, okay? Washington.
Not as conservative as Idaho, so that's a no.
Okay, what about California?
That's a definite no.
Okay, how about Nevada?
Northern Nevada would like to be part of Idaho.
No, would you like to join Nevada as it is right now?
No.
Look, Goldilocks, I'm trying to help you here, okay? Successionists can't be choosers.
Yes, we can. Who knows? Maybe someday Idaho is the biggest state in the union. Why can't part of Oregon, part of Kentucky, part of Iowa, what about coming together, even though we don't share a common border? Why can't we just become the state of Idaho?
Maybe Mike has a point. Why can't we all just declare which state we want to be a part of, regardless of which state we actually live in? Forget gerrymandering and redistricting, and let us figure it out ourselves. By the power invested in me by nobody, I hereby declare you a man in Idaho. No one's gonna check if this is real. It's kind of like vaccine cards.